I'm Brian Eppley. I was born in 1967. I live in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Studied at the Art Students League in Manhattan under Daniel Dickerson. Best 2 years of my life. I saw his work in the window of the Art Students League on a vacation in Manhattan. Loved it. Said I want to study here and with this guy, and the nice thing is you could do that. It probably started as events. Yeah, I mean, my original work was in studio. And then the more I learned about plein air and there were competitions and events, and I started to paint outside, and that's, I realized the importance of light, and it's when you're on location, I mean, it's problem solving, which is painting in itself, and plein air is nothing but problem solving. Yeah, because I mean, things change so quickly, but you learn to mix really fast, and you learn to paint really fast, which keeps it fresh. I mean, it's just like studio work. I mean, it's you don't dwell on it. It's a very intuitive process where, I mean, I just every time I step in front of the easel, it's a new day. I don't really know, where it's going to go, but it's so intuitive that I go where it takes me. Well, I mean, I definitely have two directions. My studio stuff, where I work from my imagination, the dancers, completely different than my plein air work. I mean, when you do plein air, it's all about the light, temperature control. When I'm in studio with larger pieces, I'll do my figure stuff is it's a totally different direction. I enjoy both. I still like painting plein air. I think it keeps you honest as a painter. But I also like the freedom of imagination work in studio. I will continue to do both. And the big stuff in studio, which I do off, from imagery off of a laptop. It's too hard to do that in plein air. The canvas blocks what you're looking at. The dancers are all about motion. And I actually did a series of studies of windmills years ago, of just paper cutouts. And I did all these windmills. And I don't know where it came from. Not sure why I did it, but they were color studies and in the shape of windmills, 3-bladed windmills. And I find it now coming out in the dancers, where their arms are projected, their legs are, it's like they're the windmills. That's the motion. So I think that's where they're coming from, which has nothing to do with, like, plein air is totally different. It's all about the location and the light, accuracy. But the dancers are just gesture. I think it's such an individualized approach to painting. I think I have a unique style. I think I'm really honest with my work, and I'm not trying to meet any criteria. There's a real temptation with plein air for people to draw with paint. It's like the scene's right in front of you. I mean, it's not really that different than studio if you're looking at an image. But although the people that paint tight plein air, they paint tight studio probably too. Oh, plein air. There's an anticipation factor. There's like anxiety. It's like it's going to change. So you got to know what you want to do. Well, this is Brian Eppley, and I do approve this message.